Welcome back to RR Legal Talks. In this video, we are talking about the liabilities for false information at the time of incorporation of company under Companies Act. So, incorporating a company in India, be cautious. If you file false documents or suppress key facts, you could face serious penalties, including imprisonment under Section 447 of Companies Act 2013. In this video, we will explain how the sections 7.5 and 7.6 deal with the fraudulent incorporation and who can be held liable for this. If you take section 7, subsection 5 of Companies Act 2013, the liability for false information at the time of incorporation, if any person provides false or incorrect particulars or suppresses material information knowingly in any document filed with the ROC at the time of registration, such person is liable for action under section 447, which deal with the fraud. 447 section penalty under 440 section is 447 is imprisonment and fine. Imprisonment up to 10 years, minimum 6 months and up to 10 years, and fine up to 3 times of the amount involved in fraud. After this presentation, I will take you to official website of Ministry of Corporate Affairs and I will take you to this section. I will explain you in detail. And come to the section 7, subsection 6, post incorporation, discovery of fraud, even after incorporation. If it is proved that the company was incorporated through false, incorrect information, suppression of facts, and fraudulent declarations at the time of incorporation, then the promoters, first directors, declarants under section 1B, all are liable. These persons can face action under section 447. So the implications and risk for professionals filing fake or misleading declarations can trigger criminal liability. Professionals should ensure due diligence during incorporation. Incorporating a company is not just a formality or a procedure. It is a legal process with a serious consequences if misused. Section 7, subsection 5, section 7, subsection 6 makes it very clear. This section 7 makes it very clear. Any fraud at that stage of incorporation can lead to prosecution under section 447. Ensure transparency, verify very detailed, and consult qualified professional. So if you find this video helpful, like, subscribe. We have 2 channels, RR Corporates and RR Legal Talks. Now I will take you to the official website of Ministry of Corporate Affairs. There I will explain you how to check Companies Act 2013 and section 7, subsection 5, section 7, subsection 6 and section 447. I will explain you in detail at MCA portal. Stop here. Then we'll go to, now we'll go to Ministry of Corporate Affairs. This is official website of Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Go to Google and type Ministry of Corporate Affairs, mcagov.in. This is Ministry of Corporate Affairs. And coming to section 7, preliminary. If you click here, you can see section 7. Section 7 is incorporation of the company. So now our concern, subsection 5, subsection 6, section we will discuss in detail. Subsection 5, if any person furnishes any false or incorrect particulars of any information or suppresses any material information of which he is aware in any of the documents filed with the ROC in relation to the registration of company, he shall be liable for action under section 447. Now I will take you to 447 also. What is that imprisonment and penalty? Subsection 6 talks about without prejudice to the provisions of subsection 5, where at any time after incorporation. At the time of incorporation, yes, we talked. Even after incorporation also, if it is proved that the company has been got incorporated by furnishing any false or incorrect information or representation or by suppressing any material facts or information in any of the documents or declarations, because many declarations will be given at the time of incorporation, made incorporating such company with a false information or by any fraudulent action. So who are all liable? The promoters, the persons named as the first directors, because in MOA we will write first directors. They're all liable. And the persons making declarations also under clause B subsection 1 shall each be liable for action under section 447. Now we will see what is that 447. Come to section 447. This is Ministry of Corporate Affairs, punishment of fraud, section 447. This is punishment for fraud. What is this? Listen carefully. Without prejudice to any liability, including repayment of any debt under this act or any other law for the time being in force, any person who found to be guilty of fraud involving an amount of at least 10 lakh rupee or 1% of the turnover of the company, whichever is lower, shall be punishable with imprisonment for a term which shall be not less than 6 months, not less than 6 months, but which may extend to 10 years. Imprisonment and not or and shall be liable to fine. Imprisonment to and fine, which shall not be less than the amount involved in fraud, but which may extend to 3 times of the amount involved in the fraud. Imprisonment is a mandatory, either 6 months or 10 years, depends. Provided that where the fraud in question involves public interest. If the fraud involves public interest, the term of imprisonment shall not be less than 3 years, minimum 3 years imprisonment. Provided that where the fraud involves an amount less than 10 lakh. Suppose the fraud is less than 10 lakh or 1% of the turnover of the company. Earlier we talked about an amount at least 10 lakh rupees or 1% of the turnover of the company. That is what we discussed, 10-year imprisonment. So minimum 6 months. Now we are telling where the fraud involves an amount less than 10 lakh rupees or 1%, less than 1% of the turnover of the company, whichever is lower, and does not involve any public interest, any person guilty of such fraud shall be punishable with imprisonment for a term which may extend to 5 years, or with fine which may extend to 50 lakh rupees, or with both. This is what the imprisonment and fine. So for the purpose of explanation also given, what is fraud? Fraud in relation to the affairs of the company or any body corporate includes any act, omission, concealment of any fact, or abuse of position committed by any person or any other person with the connivance in any manner with intent to deceive, to gain undue advantage from, or to injure the interest of the company or its shareholders or the creditors or any other person, whether or not there is any wrongful gain or wrongful loss. This is what the detailed definition of the fraud. What is wrongful gain? Wrongful gain means gain by unlawful means of the property to which the person is gaining. Is not legally entitled, but it is gaining unlawfully. That is what wrongful gain. What about wrongful loss? It means the loss. Loss, unlawful means of the property to which the person losing is legally entitled. This is what the wrongful loss. So hope we are clear. We have in detail discussed about punishment for fraud, section 447, and we detailed about detailed about the section 7 subsection 5, section 7 subsection 6, the liability for false information at the time of incorporation, and penalty under section 447, and post incorporation discovery of the fraud, So we have detailed in detail. We have discussed in detail. So if you found this video is helpful, and please subscribe. We have two channels, RR Corporates and RR Legal Talks. If you subscribe our channel, so you will not miss the latest updates on corporate laws and insolvency. We also discuss the public issues, all allied laws to the company. Thank you.